going face. I mean, why would you want to remove? I know it's all random. This is how RNG works. Oh. And this is always a solid follow-up. Putting big stuff down. And Righteous Defender in the hand for Christ, though. Already have Mr. Smite up to 16. I mean, things seem to be going well. Um, the order of that, what was the order of that? I guess, kind of confused there. Oh, just, okay, guaranteed it to go on Smite. That's what it was. Okay. I was like, took me a second there. The caster's a little slow. Both players are just slamming things down. Where do you go here? Do you go for, I mean, hold the bridge? Nope. Just remove something. Remove the pressure from the board. I mean, Smite at 35, 33 is a monster smite, but just not big enough to get through 51 on Super Chicken side. And then you see Dawn Grasp in hand, so that's another at least 5. See where this goes. All important diver takes care of its business. Man effective. Just putting some massive threats down. I mean, going wide. No threats. Yep. Chooses the spell. And just going to start just chipping away. Now we see 2 Holy Maki rolls in the hand, so we got some time. We still got some time here. We do see the equality, but no really way to trigger it. Values the card draw. Oh, perfect. Just going to reset the board. Yeah, and if you're going to have 2 cards in hand as Paladin, I mean, Holy Maki Roll and Smite are 2 ones I'd rather have late game. I mean, it's a good spot to be at. Putting the taunt out there is solid because now we have to get through something. We saw the equality go through. I don't know what was played prior to, so I don't know how many more removal they have, but they've gone through a fair amount. Samurai's a good answer. This is going to be full clear again.
You wish to match wits with me.
All right. Yeah, it's going to be wild tonight. Let's be honest. It's going to be jumping around. We're going to be going through games. I'm going to take a guess here. We see some amulets. We see some luminates. So, yeah, I think this is going to be priest. And I am going to reload because I'm bugged out. Did he oversleep? It's okay. All right, we see an early boar. Working is important. Slams down the boar, which is always a good sign, you know. As Warlock, do you know? I mean, like, what's your opinion on what Warlock has to do to beat Boar Priest here? Murlocs can do that too. I've heard. Rumor says that Murlocs can. I will not bring up my turn 4 win with Murlocs against you this season. Yeah, but we do see a board clear. At least one. Well, you have one board clear, right? And so, you know, as board priest, you have to kind of time it out to where you allow enough to come down, you know, and now you have more than one. So Pyromancer we use to clear at least 2 boards. So that's a good spot to be in. So I gave good chances to priest here. Now if Warlock's got to play it smart, he's got to put enough pressure on the board to where it forces removal without overcommitting. Oh, card draw is always good. Let's see here. I mean, War Leader seems early good pressure. Now, can you get it above 5, right? So if you can get your Murlocs above 5 health, it makes it a lot harder for Priest to clear. So we do see the Cold Light in hand, but nothing else. Love to have a buff. Yep, just going to continue to develop without overcommitting. I like it. Let's see here. Maybe Void Gill comes down this turn. Rock Bottom. He does commit to Cold Light. Now we see 1 above 6, which is good. But this is enough to where, I mean, you definitely have to deal with it. And then we see it.
Yeah, sorry, chat. We had some mute issues going on. I'm new to this stream up stuff, so.
Was I muted the whole time?
Nah, I forgot to unmute you. That was the whole deal for the last. I'm gonna say, doesn't matter. So you can hear us now, folks. We're 7 minutes and 58 seconds into live stream, which means it's about 18 minutes into the stream itself for people that are dated back in 10 minutes ago. So, welcome to Sound.
Now we do see the Murlocs kind of resetting
Yep.
strongly after the board. Yep. Now turn 7, and I didn't keep track of the amulets if he's actually traded any off and how close he actually is. I know one boar's been killed. I think that's been it though. We do have Switcheroo though. Yep. Lots of heat. Card draw galore. Okay, we have been trading them off. Yep, there's 3 there.
Another
we just
trade.
need to kill the other boar.
2
Yep.
on that one. 4 on that one. Good lord.
So his amulets are set. He just needs to draw boar, which he has Switcheroo for. So I don't know why he traded away the 2 though. I'm sure it's correct, but
yeah, I've never played this deck either, so you would
know
a lot better.
Yeah,
my brain doesn't function on more than 2 cards in a row, so we're good.
I have been definitely putting my paces in with this deck. Not to say that I play it correctly or anything. It's just, you know, you try to get 3 resurrects on 1, 2 on another of the amulets, and you try to get your boards cleared off early.
Yep.
and then just draw a bunch of cards, right?
Look at Chum Bucket. Some big Murlocs coming down.
So yeah, this is where it gets really difficult. Now, ironically, he could probably cast enough spells to kill everything. We do see the shard, so just kind of resets all that. Not scary.
Switcheroo. Man.
And no boar. There's 4 cards left. He must have killed the other boar then. Nope, there it is on the bottom. He's going to draw the cards. So he's going to go off. This game is over. I'm going to call it early. I could be wrong, but I don't see another way to do this.
Are you not entertained, or are you just bored? Bored. Anyway, I'll shut up.
No, it was good. You need those
It was a
because
stretch.
everyone needs to be mad at you, not at me. So please continue.
Perfect.
Yeah,
So
I'm trying to find the caster lines. I'm trying to find the caster lines of like how do you
got 2
recover?
Finleys, man. You got 2 Finleys at one. That's good, right?
Yeah.
Maybe not.
And those are big, but getting hit in the face for 15 and resetting your mana is really bad.
Yeah. So this is flash heal, rotate the
Yes.
boar, and then
He casts the smaller one first,
cast the bigger one second, and then you hit for 15 to the face.
and then you have Zyrel as the backup just in case he has a random Viper or something. And then you wait 9 hours for
Yep.
each one to go off. Yeah. There you go.
There we have it. We have Maxi Bond coming in with a Priest win. Again, Conquest Series. So that means they can't use Priest anymore, and they got one more win where Dabs... Oh, they automatically started. That was the best I've ever seen in Hearthstone re-trigger itself. So we got Rogue versus
I make my own.
Shaman.
Shaman.
And we see the straight aggro style Shaman from Dabs. And then we see a deck. Actually, I brought this. It got banned in my last series, but I did bring Mind Rogue.
Okay.
Yeah, again, super aggro style. I mean, it can blow up in your face, pun intended, but it does get there. It's one of those decks that this draw looks insane.
Boom,
So this
boom,
is kind of what
boom.
you want.
That's right. Murlocs. Gain. Extortion cleaning up.
And we do see as an opponent, you always kind of hate seeing this turn because you're like, oh, come on. Like, what? Of course they have it, right? And then he's dropping, refilling his hand.
Mm-hmm. What do you pick here? Scout or Chieftain? Even Borrower is pretty good too.
I think Borrower because you don't have any war leaders in your hand, so
Yeah.
the higher chance you get that, and you just want to put pressure because you want to outrun mine, right?
Yes.
Mine doesn't have a lot of removal. It can just do a lot of damage really fast, so you kind of have to outrace it. The 2 damage from Chieftain isn't really that much. The rush effect is mediocre because typically Mind Rogue's going to have stuff either under stealth or want to kill itself off fast enough, so you don't want to do the job for them.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's Burrower into trying to find war leader.
Okay. So he's hard thinking.
But he's going to just choose 2 damage to the face and put a 3/2 on the board. It's not bad. I mean, it's efficient, but here's where he has all the pieces now. And can he do it fast enough?
It just reminds me so much of Bomb Warrior there, with the crazy bombs. But it's I like it and don't like it at the same time. So
He's taken 8. He doesn't have Chieftain, so currently on board he's only taking 10 next turn. So he's
counterfeit.
got 2 turns.
Other mine shot to the face, and
Well, yeah, because he got Snowfall, Forsaken, and Mine.
mm-hmm.
5, but he doesn't have the mana. He needs to draw prep.
prep to get that touch, or prep to get the.
He needs to get Graveyard down, right? Because you need double drops.
Right.
to reach.
I was just looking at Graveyard 2 seconds ago.
Yeah, the difference between having Graveyard on the board and not having Graveyard on the board is massive in this deck. It just he's taking 10?
8? Another 8? 10? Yeah, 10.
10.
It looks like it's lights out.
He's got
Next
don't think
turn.
he's- hold on. So 4, 8, that's 12. I'm trying to think, can you get there? Seeing what you can draw. Tyler may buy him the turn, does it?
You could use the Chieftain with Zola. So that's 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 11.
He doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't have War Leader, which is the card, right?
Yeah.
Now this does put down extra damage. So, but still, he has a turn,
Oh,
right?
God. That's terrible. Looking for War Leader to kind of help buff your boys. Bolner's not.
Well, yeah, you're not worried about a board clear, so maybe Bolner was the funny pick. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't get buffed, but does this get there? So you just go for it. I think this should get there. So 4, 8 is 12, plus 8 is 20. This gets there.
Jeez. One, 2.
Yep, it gets there.
And
then-
then 3, 4.
Yep.
Wow.
See? I'm telling you, it's just a matter, it gets there. The difference between Graveyard on the board and
Wow.
not, it
Holy
it
moly.
gets there.
The max
And that's why,
bar-
yeah. The early War Leader call, I think that's like, if you try to dredge and try to find the early War Leader, may have been we gave him, it's almost like you gave him one extra turn,
Right.
which is always the danger. But well played.
Well played
That's-
indeed.
So he's on. That's 2-0, right?
Yep, that is 2-0. So we're going to use Just Concede and their winner, their bracket. Oops. Just changing some stuff here. So we're waiting for Christ and Super Chicken. Can jump in their match real quick. Statuses. Still playing.
I don't.
See Super Chicken on there?
I see he's preparing to battle a friend.
Maybe.
They may have just finished because one is preparing is hanging out in main menu, and one is battling a friend. So I don't know if for Christ looks like
he's in a wild
looks
game.
like they're
Yep. So I think that determines who won that one. Possibly.
yeah. Who knows? Who knows?
All right.
I like to reset by playing wild. Rice Bowl's playing.
At least we have chicken. Okay. Assumption, so I'm just setting it up on the screen just for giggle's sakes. Refreshing. Does Battlefy say? Yep, so Super Chicken and Concede. Just Concede, so they're both ready. They haven't done their bans yet, but they're coming in with Druid, DH, and Paladin. Chicken, as we saw briefly with for Christ, aka Seth, or vice versa. We got Mage, Shaman, and Paladin. So set that up on the screen. My brain does not blow up. Spontaneously combust.
You got to do it for the show, though.
I know.
And everything's content. Remember that.
Right. I do it for the likes. The like button.
One thing I do appreciate is that all these players are taking their time. I think I've seen the rope every single time to the maximum, all these games. I think we've had, on average, 3 seconds a turn,
Yep.
which is...
Yep. All right, so what kind of paladin or what kind of druid do we have? Just a Prize Fury, Boss Saber Matriarch. So
Just a Beast Druid.
Beast
right?
Druid, yep. DH is looks like Fell. Yeah,
That
that's the
top
aggro Fell with the Metamorphin.
Yeah, no Cadriel.
Yeah,
Or
what
what? Yeah.
do we have for Control Priest or Paladin? Mage we know is Big Mage for Super Chicken. We got Murloc deck for Shaman and his Paladin coming in hot with pretty much the same. So cool. So let's see if they're online and playing.
I'm going to do the smart thing and actually look at the list.
Did you get the link? The battle file link?
I don't know. I hope so. Let's see here.
I'll just put it in chat there.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay,
I got
cool.
it.
All right, so Super Chicken and why did my list go? Super Chicken. Not
So
in there
DH
yet.
ban and Paladin ban. So just concedes Druid's banned and Super Chicken, his Paladin's banned.
I didn't see that yet, but yeah, if that's what you see, then that's what they did. Let me
I hope.
refresh.
I hope that's what that X means. I could be wrong. I have been known
Maybe
wrong
they
before.
chose to swap them. That's what they did.
That's what they did.
The new,
They pre-ban their own decks
That's right.
for their opponents.
Hey man, let me get at your DH. Okay. All right, so Paladin's banned. Super Chicken. Now I think we're just waiting for them to jump in. Super Chicken. So Super Chicken's going to be on the bottom for spectate with just concede at the top of your screen. Rocking and rolling.
Over under 5 minutes for this match.
All I ever
I'll take up that. Yep.
I guess this Pelican Diver is standard. I did not, it makes sense. I mean, it's Dormer for one, and it clears the board and it buys a turn, right? Like, I definitely see the thought process here.
What was that other Pelican one that was hateful?
Yeah, you just play it.
Just rip it. Dormant. Squirrels are coming out.
The chitter chatters. See it. Yeah, and it's funny he's not playing Peasant because he sees the Diver on hand, and Peasant just doesn't feel good even into a ping. So I mean, at some point you're just going to throw it down just to draw something, but against Mage it doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
The Mailbox Sensor is great because it puts a coin in your hand, but putting the coin in your opponent's hand when they're playing a super aggro deck never feels great. So we just see Tempo hitting for 4, which is great.
Don't know the winner of the Rice Bowl versus Genji. It's still 1-0 for Rice Bowl right now. Just a quick update, so we'll try and get into that match, but we might only end up having 3 matches tonight, possibly. So this is the second one. So if Rice Bowl and Genji want to let me know that they want to be on stream the next time, then we'll get the finals after this.
Awesome. So you just gonna play the Mailbox Dancer, just get the coin. Just start putting pressure down the board to be able to trade whatever the Druid puts down. The 1/5 is great, but it just doesn't trade well into most of the stuff that Druid wants to put down at this point. And your Null is kind of just sitting there. After a draw, you're looking at, it still costs 6 mana. It's not really super efficient.
Nope.
You're going to play Blade Master next turn by going in for, obviously, I don't know if it's obvious, but mainly a creature. But we do see some value here. And right now, not an answer for it in hand for Super Chicken.
Oh, big draw coming if they don't.
Nope. This is not where you want to be. Squirrels.
Squirrel. From the movie Up.
Exactly right. I mean, I think you just Aquaform. Do you just Pride here? Just put everything out of range. I think that's where I'd go with this. Composting for more draw seems solid. He's just going to make him bigger. Mm-hmm. He just wants to make things bigger. So Pride. Fury looks like it's the line.
But do you want to get rid of your dudes that generate, or are you going to keep them, the peasants? Make them too big. You'll get a big hand. But I guess 3/4s are better than.
Honestly, having a big hand is a good problem to have because most of the time you can drop most of your hand, right? Because a lot of it's just you got a lot of spells, you got a lot of other things. So I think it's okay.
Oh,
we do see the silence. Ooh. Oh, what a big draw! This is easy.
All right, just concede. Moment of silence.
But you just keep reloading, right? You didn't clear it, nope. Which is, a lot of utility's gone, but there's still threats on board, which as Druid you need, right? You need to have a proactive board and continue that pressure. Because you give, what the mage wants is turns. And as Druid, you don't want to give him those turns. And so you have to kind of keep the pressure on. Looking at the Herald. It's not activated, so you're looking at sentries that activate the Herald. So just slamming down more creatures on board and then activating Herald. The other thing is a slower play, playing the Kennels. But if you're not playing Kennels now, when are you going to play it is kind of the issue. So for these things that kind of get value over time, you kind of want to just play them even though it's not as threatening this moment. But if you don't play it now, you're probably not going to play it. He still kind of has that sow the soil. Create the 2/1. I mean, the 2/2. Nope, just pushing damage. Interesting. A lot of pressure on board. You're looking at 12, 15 coming back at you. Now, here, you do still have the coin. And next turn he does have null, so the armor is great. I mean, like that, just the full basically negates one turn of damage. Mm-hmm. We don't see another buff. We see Claw Fury, but that's only an additional 4/5. 5, 7, 12. That's 20 damage, but puts him at 9. Maybe Kennel's here to kind of put things out there, or you play Guidance to look for something. I'm okay with this. Oh, those are great.
Big.
Oh, it does pick up another Claw Fury, though. That's always good. So here, 3 mana remaining. Do you play the Kennels, or you just play the Claw Fury to get the extra damage down? And just go face. Don't worry about the wasting the damage on the outpost. Yep, Claw Fury down. The more expensive one. And everything goes face.
Just get that armor down and...
Yep. Make him have it.
Yep. You got it? You got it. Oh.
Oh. And they have it.
Bye.
Sad noises.
Bye. Here you go. Some Defile, 3/4 Defile going on.
But being at 9 is still dangerous, right? Now, and they don't have any of the cheap mana stuff for the amulets yet. There's some answers, but so the stealth stuff does have value. So getting, the Kennels down now, with under stealth, it can't be removed by any kind of ping or any kind of the null coming out, right?
Yeah.
So get some taunts up, get some big fatties down. Yeah.
Big catties.
It's maybe a situation unless we see something from Super Chicken, it's just enough, right?
Super Chicken just hoping to last one more. Well, definitely going to last one more round.
Ooh, Pride.
Yeah.
Fury. You got to get 4-6. I mean, you Aquaform regardless, right?
I must try this deck. I've
2, 3.
Curious.
Hold on. Does it just get there?
Would you Aqua first or no?
I mean, he wanted a hero power, which is why he didn't.
He got there, I think. 3, 2, 7, 1 off.
Yeah. No, 4 off, but.
Oh, it's the 3. Sorry, I was factoring the 3/6 in there being.
Yeah, he committed the fact he wasn't going to get there this turn, so he'd just rather go for full clear and just get a bunch of damage on the board and then just have the man.
You don't like to see that.
I mean, but 4 is still like. I don't know what gets you at 4. I mean, other than just
these 10s are going to come down.
Yeah.
I mean, really, you can throw Barbaric Sorceress down there and get that.
I mean, do you go for the Acorn to draw now, or you go composting just to get it on your 2 minions, one from Kennels and one from the one in hand, right? Like just to give more outs, and you're going to hero power and attack face to put them at 3. He goes for their Acorn. Living Roots.
Okay. 2 damage.
The sneaky 2 damage.
Poke. Yep.
Oh yeah. This is everything to the face. In here, do you go for the 1/3 just so it can survive? Yep. There we go.
There it is.
Oh, you got armor coming down this turn, which is not good. Wait, all the spells are gone though, right? What spells are left? Because he has both amulets. I guess you can trade the amulet, right? So cycle amulet, guarantee the amulet. He has another rune left. So I guess he can just take the 9. Yep. But 10 is not unreachable for spell, right? You do this for spell. Because a minion is not going to kill you, a spell will.
Yeah. This is the hard choice, but we'll see what Chicken picks. Spell it is.
Yeah.
Pinging the old poor squirrel, and then throwing the pelican in there to disrupt the 1/3 action next turn. Soul the soil. So you take the +1. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we know it doesn't matter, but yeah, you take the +1. Because Reckless Apprentice is just not the greatest. You got 2 of them in hand. Got to expect at this point he has got cards in hand. He just goes a hard cast the dragon. I mean, the Drakefire Amulet.
Oh.
So
it's going to be a concede here in a sec.
Yeah, I mean, and we got the taunt. I mean, that's just...
You got...
Fill the board. I do it better now, yeah. Oh, that's close. I mean, the spammy top deck early was very clutch. I mean, there are a lot of clutch moments where Super Chicken just drew what he needed to. Yeah, this is...
Throw, watch post.
Druid needs that, druidic fireball at this point. I don't know what that is.
10-9. Oh, just a 10-5. Okay.
Yeah, because he had already cast 1 and already has only the rune left, right? So.
All right, so that does it for first round. We'll see how fast this chimes in. Super Chicken with a big win for the mage.
Yeah, we do see the control Murloc Shaman for Super Chicken.
All right. What does our status for our bracket leave with? So, Rice Bowl and Genji are in a marathon match by the looks of it. Been 1-0 for Rice Bowl forever, and Maxibon and Dabs. So, all right, back to the action. So, Just Concede comes out with Paladin versus Shaman. Super Chicken Murloc Shaman. So.
Yeah, this is that control variant.
Oh, control, right? Sorry.
Yeah, Spellfall Guardians. I mean, it has the very tight, mana efficient card draw Murlocs.
Yeah, we'll call it Murloc Bay just because of Salt Bay. Just a sprinkle of Murlocs around into the deck, and away you go.
I kind of hate you for that, but yes, we'll call it Murloc Bay. I will give it to you.
Please don't fill my DMs with Murloc Bay stuff.
I mean, that's all you get from here on out. I mean, this is what you
this is what I've created. Yes.
Yeah.
So, right. I want to thank all our viewers coming in and checking out the Challenger series tonight. Appreciate y'all the support. So we love you.
I mean, we see a monster hand from Just Concede is kind of what you want to see from the Paladin side, but here we go. Super Chickens doesn't. Interesting.
Little fish coming out. Sunfish. All right. Firemancer busts the bubble.
Yeah, he saved it because he wants to play the Ravager to draw the Murlocs to guarantee, to get maximum choice here.
Yeah. Ooh, Clownfish at this moment. Hot.
I think you easily drop Clownfish just to activate and save. You want to save one of them for Devour. I mean, Mutanus earlies can get super lucky if you want to be greedy. I think here into either Firemancer or Amalgam, either one. Either. But chooses, again, to save for value.
Yep. Drink Tolden picking this 5/2 Clownfish because.
I think it's more like he doesn't want to overcommit to a board that he feels like it may be wiped, right? Mm-hmm. And then he'll keep the options in hand to reload. And again, this version of Murloc, it doesn't need to rush you down. It just needs to kind of get to the mid to end point of the game and kind of do what Control Shaman does. So
Samaru gonna kick some butt.
It may have been a little bit early. May have been, right? Because I didn't get a full clear. Wow. And, I mean, this is just clean.
5/4 chin checkers, yep.
And again, doesn't want to overcommit the board. So he's just holding back on this extra value on these Murlocs. Now, if you're Just Concede, I mean, Cariel down, kind of clearing out the 6/3 seems like a natural move. Mm-hmm. You do have coins should you want to coin to get the Holy Spell in hand to discount, but that just seems super greedy when you have Cariel in hand that you want to just coin into.
Yeah.
We see Brucon. And it's easy. Frostbite. Yeah, and just playing it slow.
I ain't got nowhere to go. We only got 2 games to play, so it's fine.
Yeah.
3 games to play at tops. Oh.
Yeah, this is one of those that it's choosing your lines, right? Choosing your outs as each opponent, and Super Chicken clearly sees that he just wants to get as much kind of damage in without committing too much to the board. Mm-hmm. Trying to bait out some removal stuff before he reloads. Does this deck have Viper? It does not.
Does not have Viper. Okay, I was just gonna check. Ooh, you throw the command here again? No. Okay.
No, I mean I think the goal is always here to try to get lucky with this. Mutanus early.
Mutanus gobbling up the Battle Vicar.
not really what he wanted, right? I mean, you definitely want Smite, but you're trying to look for even maybe Leviathan. You're looking for the Light Rays, something else you'll take as a secondary thing. But this is again one of those boards that's kind of dangerous, sneaks up on you.
Yep.
I'm okay here just coining out Hero Power or Cariel, right? Because you get rid of part of the board. Yeah, you leave 2 minions on the board, but you have your you start having your Hero Power ready, and you mitigate a lot of the damage that's going to hit you. I mean, it's also okay to cast Leviathan, but again, like while you're saving your coin, like you kept it this long, might as well just get it out of the way.
Let's see what's.
Yeah, there we go.
Does. Okay, Cariel. Cariel, my wayward son. There we go.
You always like to see people going through all the lines, right? So as they go through it, it's always good to go through all the options, but this is definitely, I think, the safest play.
Yeah. Brilliant Macaw going to try and chow down on another minion, possibly. Ooh.
I mean, it is a victory, right? Because getting one Pyro out of the deck is a win.
Between the Pyro sandwich, it missed the Leviathan. So.
Yeah, I mean, you try to take your victories where you can, right? You learn some information. You can commit to the board a little more because you're thinking maybe they don't have the other Pyro on hand.
Yeah.
So it's possible you can kind of go after it a little bit, knowing you don't have Viper, so you have to kind of double up the damage.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, there's a good Bannerman and then Blessing.
Alternatively, we could
Wild Pyromancer banning 3/5.
Well, he wants to get Leviathan on the board, but it doesn't trade well, right? I mean, we can trade and then just attack face if you wanted to. But I think, to your point, Bannerman to get it above to that point to where you can trade into either the Macaw or the Mutanus is good. We know, unless he has another Macaw, that Mutanus isn't coming down. It looks like he's going to go Knight, which kind of puts him on the Leviathan play.
Does.
Unless he wants to go, but if you're going to go Bannerman, why didn't you go Bannerman before you played Knight?
Oh.
Okay. He's just going to... Again, if you're going to Bannerman, you would have Bannerman already. He's just going to clear the 2 minions.
Gotcha.
3 with the attack. Sorry.
I guess the Holy Mackerel basically gets that Light Ray out at 0, so that's...
No, it's a good play. It's good. I mean, it develops his hand, which what we want to do. You put Light Ray down, and then Garden's Grace gets cheaper, right? Now from Super Chicken side, we saw one Pyromancer used already. We see the second one on the board. Now we're getting the danger. He has few cards in hand, so Smite always being in hand and being buffed is always an issue. So the clock is now ticking.
Yep. You Finley here too, or no?
What else would you want that you don't have in your hand? Is always the question, right?
It's more just mana efficiency, I guess, maybe. But
well, mana efficiency to get you in a worse spot is just play inefficiency.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, you used all your mana, but I think what he would want a Finley for, he already has in his hand.
Fair point.
And he has ways to get it with Ravager, right? You already have Soulfire Guardian, so you can freeze the board.
So today I learned that I'm silly, but that's fine.
You just learned that?
Card. Yeah, I don't use Finley too much in my deck, so it's by the time I go use him, I'm already dead, so it's okay.
Well, you'll have to explain more because now it's like one of those things. Like I don't want to know why you came to this conclusion or what happened, but I kind of do now. Yeah. All right, we see just clear the board, drawing cards. So we do see the Smite in hand. Basically, a clock has been set. Schooling, not really what you want to see. Yeah, it does little ping stuff, but like, not really what you want to see.
Okay.
Gonna get rid of Leviathan. Using the Swarmers to draw more cards, solid. I mean, the downside is you're drawing the Swarmers later. It's not the best.
Yeah.
School teacher's always good.
Ooh, got Macaw going on there too. So, what does Macaw bring you now?
Well, as of right now, Sleepbreaker,
Okay.
right?
Yep.
So now it's on Sleepbreaker. School teacher may be something, but I'm trying to figure out school teacher into what would kind of save you here. You want to get like. The funny thing is, you want to try to get a Connie down to try to lock out Smite, but like, so you need to get more removal down if you can. Another, yeah. I mean, you Holy Micro all day long, like,
yeah.
Just.
Is that 5 coming down? The 5/5.
Garden's Grace.
Yeah, Garden's Grace coming down on Smite.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to put it on Smite, but you want to put it on something that's active, right? So nothing was attacking that turn, so you're not going to put it on anything until you know it can go and do damage. And ultimately, you want to kind of, if you're going to do that, you want the ability to then Righteous Justice, or whatever it's called, right? Is it called Righteous Justice?
Farsight? What do you...
Righteous Defense.
Mm-hmm.
You want a Righteous Defense that one to then put it on your Smite, so you get double value out of it. So, yeah.
So what are we
Farsight's good.
Okay.
Schooling is. Walpole is interesting again. I mean, just removing weapon swings, but you're locking out your board at this point.
Yep.
How does Super Chicken get there? I mean, constant pressure is good, but knowing you have to go through every bit of it through the weapon is not really encouraging. You can get lucky with Brucon with hero power, right? And just kind of do damage to the face. They trade away. See, the thing with this version of the Murlocs is like there's not a lot of Murloc buffs, right? So the Murlocs don't get bigger. They're just efficient. So, I mean, there may be something with School Teacher.
He's got a board clear here, but I don't know if it's a good board clear. Quality and then city tax. Get some heal back, but
yeah, I mean, I don't think you're too worried about it. Again, yeah, I mean, just mock your roll.
Yeah.
I mean, this board isn't very threatening. You rather kind of save the city tax to clear out these two ones. I mean, there'll be 2/3s at some point, but you kind of save that for the clear when you want to just kill them. Mm-hmm. You're in no danger with this board. This board isn't going to get you there. Like 2, 4, 5, 6, 9, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, so you're taking 8 a turn.
Oh wow. Spell. Did he pick spell?
Yeah, he removes his own character. Spell, look like.
Nine cards left for just Concede and 9 for Super Chicken. So we have
Would you see the hero power? So here, I mean, I think you just try to you know it's going to be spell, so you go ahead and throw out the city tax just to clear out the. I think you have to read that it is spell, right?
Yeah.
And you test first by dumping the high cast. Forecast costs city tax. Because you don't want to lose Garden Grace, but you can lose one of the city tax. Mm-hmm. You don't want to lose equality. Yeah. You're not going to YOLO Smite. So by possible elimination, I guess you could trade it away. But
YOLO.
He's at 15. 15 plus 10 is 25. I mean, he has hero power. So, no, actually, because he has 2, but he has no way to get rid of the 2 ones.
Right.
So he does need to pay city tax this turn to get the cost reduction down. Does cost reduction hit even though the card's counterspelled? I don't know if it is.
I don't think it does. I think it's basically you play it and then it's like a counterspell. Doesn't activate, right? That's my assumption of it.
Whoa.
Okay. So he's doing the quality city tax.
This would get punished by the hero power of getting 2 more taunts. But it does clear the board and puts him on having to have it, right? So there's nothing against that.
Yeah.
But if he gets, you're looking for wolves here. No, doesn't get it. Because another chance. And that's it. Well, no, he's not it because he used the Gardener's Grace. Hold on. No, he's got it. Yeah, he's got it. Yeah. In that spot, I think Super Chicken did what he could, but I think that was almost inevitable with no way to remove the weapon. Yeah. Now it's tied 1-1.
Tied 1-1. Away we go.
All right. So now we got Control versus the
Druid.
I don't have the numbers in front of me, but my gut feeling makes this feel like this is Control Shamans to lose, right? Like I think they have advantage unless Druid can get off to a great start. But if you get into that chain where they just lock the board out, that's what Shaman likes to do with Control Shaman. We see the early Cavern on coin, so that's in Sleepbreaker early. So turn 2 Sleepbreaker into turn 3 Cavern and turn 4 School Teacher, I think is super solid. And you have early removal of Frostbite if you need to. I think this is super easy. Not the best development from Just Concede. You don't want to play for the Adept early, and it looks like you may just put down he does. He just plays it early just to get things on the board. It doesn't feel good to do that. It's a 2/3 at this point, extra 2 damage, but. In here, I think it's a Kennels play. Just again, get the development early, 2/2s on the board. Unless you think you can squeeze out Oracle, right, and not have it be removed, which is possible with nothing on the board, but your follow-up to it's not great. But it was a line. But definitely plays Kennels. And you think about trading here. Right? Do you remove the 3/2, or you just kind of push face? The deck from Beast Druid kind of wants to keep pushing, but not getting a lot of value. Like, do you keep up the 1/3 to protect your next turn? Unless my game froze and he's already made the trade. Okay. Yes. All right. I think there's arguments for both. I think yes, it makes sense, but like you want to keep the pressure on. Yeah, but he takes up the 1/3 and that's fine, right? Like I would still have the 3/2 on the board and the 2/2 the following turn, right? I know I have something that can go another 1/3 to taunt. Yeah, it's a 2-for-1, but you win by pushing damage. But I think both are okay. Just gonna freeze here. Silence everything. Yep. And it's a mistake because he wanted to freeze after the fact, but you know, it's fine. Now we see a Pride's Fury in hand. I mean, you can easily go in Peasant into Pride's Fury and just push, right? Because you kind of want to get it. I mean, if he has the Guardians, it's going to be rough anyways, and so you kind of want to just push. And to me, you wouldn't trade here. You just go all face. You make him have it. Like you got one card in hand. You have no other answers, right? Like you just got to go. Oh man, I think Command is such a, I don't want to say undervalued, but it's such a good value. We do see the silence here, but top decks still get there, right? 2, 3, 6. Oh, Dredge is nice. I mean, do you Dredge? Yeah, I mean, get it out of the way. Go again. All right, take 2. Well, I mean, we knew what 2 of them were going to be, but like, you know, it's just hope that the other one.
How frustrating is that? Just
well played by both. I mean, I just could see it had like one game plan. You got to go face, and so it's like you have to get underneath it, and that was the one, that the line of play that got him there. And yeah, just Shaman just didn't have the answers quick enough. A lot of answers in hand, but instead of trading clear out board, wanted to go for just kind of reducing what was on board through the second silence. But yeah, well played by both.
Okay, so we're going to try and see if Maxibon is available. I don't see them online on Discord. Where are you? Nope, don't see them on Discord. That's what we're going to try to do, because Rice Bowl needs to play. Rice Bowl needs to play Maxibon, and Maxibon is not anywhere in sight. So I'm just going to try and DM them here. There. Congrats. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to just. It's been an exciting day so far. Lots of good matches. Yeah, it's funny how much, like, you know, since the patch, how the decks have changed a little bit. You're seeing, well, aggro definitely is, you know, kind of like, because a lot of the patch, a lot of the nerfs hit made it everything kind of a turn later. We have seen some kind of, we saw big spell mage, right, come out, and it just who would ever thought that what the Mailbox Dancer would be a card that people play.
I don't understand it myself, but
well, it makes total sense.
Why give your opponent a coin, but you get it back after?
Well, because you just don't care, because you get the coin first, right? And like, even if the thing dies, like, you don't care if they have the coin, because that coin actually turns a lot. And there are decks that run. What's the guy that flips the spell cost? One spell in your hand and the other spell in the other person's hand, and you can actually basically force them to force them to have a 0 cost spell in hand, or chance to have it.
Barbaric Sorceress, that one?
Yeah, that one. So yeah, so like there's chances you can cheat out, like, you know, a super cheap spell because you catch the coin because they have an extra one, or you know they have one in hand, right? It's, you know, the chances that happens are low, but like that's an out, right? But other than that, you're just cheating out mana, right? It's about cheating out cards, big cards quickly. So an extra coin for you is much more valuable because you're already discounting your stuff and you're already playing to the late game, where typically other decks aren't necessarily playing the late game. And if they are playing the late game, they're not trying to rush their late game, right? They're not trying to rush slam their big cards, where Mage is. Like if they have a big card, they want to play it as fast as possible. Where typically slower decks, they don't want to play their Smite early, right? They need to wait until it gets bigger, or they have other cards line up with everything. Yeah, so I like to see that kind of innovation. That's a new deck that's kind of hit the market. The rest is just kind of the same stuff that's been there. It's kind of recycled back. Nice to see Mind Rogue come up a little bit. It's okay. Definitely the control Shaman Murloc is a nice iteration. I like the kind of mid-rangey style to the deck. We haven't seen any Warlocks today. I'm kind of sad. Oh, we did see one Warlock. We saw the one Warlock. Have you been playing any of the Murloc or the Curse or the Agony or the whatever Murloc decks out there?
I tried playing Curse a little bit, but I just got, because I'm in the lower end of silver and gold kind of deal, I kind of get steamrolled quite a bit. They just seem to use a warrior a lot. So
Yeah.
Anyway, I was just learning how to get that, but it's a very cool deck to see how it's played with the curses and trying to get that all. What was the other inclusion that?
Yeah, I brought it this week.
The fatigue. That's what it is. Fatigues and curse. That's what I've seen recently. So anyway.
I'm not a huge fan of the fatigue version. I think it's a little bit too slow. Yeah, it's funny, and yeah, you get there, and when you get there, it's just there's nothing the opponent can do when you put 12 fatigue drawing cards in their deck, and it's 65% of their deck. But the funny thing is like you're not doing much until that point, and there's still there's percentage chances that they just don't draw that first fatigue card that kind of starts the chain. And if they don't, or they stop the chain like 3 cards in, and you give your opponent an extra like turn or two, I don't know. I mean, it's interesting, but I don't think it's. Definitely like the curse version better, or the curse just style play it better, because it's way more tempo driven, and once you get to that 4 or 5 mark, you pretty much the next one wins, and so like you just kind of chip damage down. It has a lot of removal, a lot of board clears, and then big swing turns. So I am a fan. I don't know if it's good enough to bring to playoffs, but it is definitely something. If I'm playing mind games with anybody that happens to be listening in Legacy, I love the deck. I hate the deck. I'm going to bring it definitely. I'm never bringing it again.
He loves hating the deck. So there you go.
Yes.
All right, so we're just waiting for Maxibon because we can't move on until Maxibon gets on, plays Rice Bowl for the berth to the finals. Yeah, so while we're waiting for that, just trying to think of what else is coming up this week. We got Wilding Out tomorrow night with Marty. I think it's Marty B, or sorry, Hyperion. God, Hyperion. Keep on not wanting to say it, but then end up saying it. So Hyperion doing the host there. I'm not sure who they have them on as guests for tomorrow, but stay tuned for that. Typically, Marty B kind of chimes in there for a little bit. Then Friday Night Fights. I'm not sure if that's going to happen due to Fish coming down with COVID. So rest up, buddy. So then Saturday we got Wild 9 bringing in some matches. So just keep an eye on the THL for that. And then Sunday we had a couple matches as well. So yeah. Just waiting for the players to kind of chime in here. I'm looking at Maxibon.
All right, now we have time. We have control of all the airwaves. We can control the conversation. So now we get to talk about Legacy playoffs. I need to hear we need to hear your predictions.
Playoffs. My predictions is STD is going to win it all. So.
And that's the night, guys. Sorry, we had to cut short.
Thanks for coming out. Appreciate it. Appreciate y'all. Thanks for playing against my team. Sorry you lost. That kind of stuff. Sorry, not sorry. Being un-Canadian, like that's.
Yeah, see, that's the biggest thing. Like, we don't have to punish you. I think Canada's going to come for you unto themselves. So.
Yeah, Canada be saying, "Hey, Taco Man, why?"
Yeah, I mean, there's legislation now. I mean, you're on the list.
Been notified. So, all right. Just trying to get the classes made up here. There's been some discussion in chat. I think it's going to be a couple seconds here before. Oh, I see Maxibon's online now, so that's good. Pinged them enough.
Hey, progress.
So it is Shaman versus. What do we got? So Warrior. Okay, so we have a Warrior that's coming out for Rice Bowl. Rice Bowl. So the type of Warrior that Rice Bowl brought, I'm just looking at the match that they played against Genji. So they have your standard control Paladin. Shaman was the similar to one that Super Chicken was playing, the Murloc sprinkled Murloc Bay deck.
So stupid.
Control.
It's so stupid.
So we got Control Shaman, and then we got it looks like we got the Control Warrior. So versus Maxibons. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. No, I was looking at Maxibons. I'm like, there's no Warrior in this list.
Yeah, Rice Bowl is got the Warrior. So.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, it's weapon. Yeah, this is the weapon warrior. Huh.
Weapon warrior? I haven't seen that.
Well, I call it weapon warrior, but I mean, you see Lady Ashvane and it's Outrider. It's more control, but it definitely has a warrior flavor to it. Kazakhstan as the kind of late game finisher. This is, I mean, it's interesting. The thing with Warrior, I mean, it was such a dominant deck for so long to kind of see where it's trying to go now.
Yeah.
That Dredge is just kind of almost too slow. Like, it's still a great card, but it's too slow. And I think the killer thing is that it's 4 mana, so you can't even do stuff with School Teacher into it. So it kind of gets double hit. So we don't even see Dredge here. I mean, this is just pure control into heavy late game.
All right.
Interesting.
Just chatting with some of the players there. So Rice Bowl's browsing a collection. Double check.
I always get caught with I always have new cards, the new card counter thing. You have like 8 new cards. Like, where? How did I get new cards? And you have to always kind of go through your collection to make sure they get turned off. I don't know if you have that problem. I
do. Okay. So we have a hiccup with BattleNet.
A problem, you say?
Problem.
No.
Yeah, so it's not letting Maxibon complete. I'm gonna ping.
Force the issue. Oh, 2-star Mako has that, doesn't he?
I don't have any control over the hiccup that's happening. Oops. Bear with us here for a quick sec.
I mean, you only can trust us with so much responsibility. I mean, you can't give us everything.
You can, but what do we do with it?
It's not good. Yeah. Well, yeah. See, that's the thing. It's. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I think it's very wise to not give us this ability.
Hey, you got the power to kick people out of there? What?
Hey, I don't like this matchup. Let's do this one.
Let me see what this button does. This button does.
That's the real caster curse.
All right, so save image. Brief second here, people. The Maxibon won 2-1, is that right? Or 2-0, I can't remember. Yeah, it was 2-0.
I'm going to say 2-0 because that's consensus. I don't know if it matters at this point as long as he won, right?
Yep.
We're going to make it 2-0. I think we have that power.
All right, so we have to wait for Mako to kind of see what's going on here. Hate to go with the tournament without being seeded properly, so it's Battlefy is showing Rice Bowl's list, but not showing Maxibon's because Maxibon hasn't progressed or cannot progress because of a hiccup within Battlefy itself. So, not sure how to fix this.
But we do have the deck lineups, right? So we know the decks they're playing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, push comes to shove. I think they can play if they need to, and we can fix this other thing at the back. Oh, I guess the bans that we can do through Discord like normal, I guess, if we want to.
Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll just message both players here in a sec. That's what I'll do.
That, or we can just dictate what the bans will be. I think that is a much fairer solution to this problem.
Okay, it looks like Mako is online now, so we'll get it straightened out shortly.
It's a well-oiled machine. That's what I love about our broadcasts. We never leave people on mute.
No, ever. It's never happened in my entire career as a stream op for THL.
This is such a pristine record. Like that's what I respect about you.
It's like clean, bro. It's clean. So there is some swampland I have in Florida that's a prime real estate. If anybody's interested, just DM me. My DMs are completely open.
That doesn't surprise me on a lot of levels.
All right, so we got Rice Bowl stating that they're playing now.
I see them about to enter. I don't see them in yet, but they're just jumping into it. They obviously know what the bans are.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to have, for our viewers, going to have Rice Bowl first to spectate, and Maxibon's going to be at the top of the screen with Rice Bowl at the bottom. Again, I don't know what the bans are right now. Refresh my browser.
What would you ban?
Well, I know the bans now. So we have...
Oh, no cheating.
I cheated. So Maxibon's Priest is banned, and Rice Bowl's Warrior's banned, so...
Makes a lot of sense.
They are going to rip into it while I adjust. Get them rocking and rolling. Reset.
I mean, Rice Bowl is definitely going to more controlled, longer-term lineup. So yeah, the Boar Priest ban is almost instant. And on the opposite end of the spectrum, we do see like that control-ish Murloc, Shaman, and then the Mine Rogue. You definitely don't want to go against a lot of armor. That's never a good thing. I mean, the Paladin is going to be rough enough to get through. So here, I think it's going to try to target Shaman.
Okay.
I mean, one Maki roll can just put you out of range. One well-timed one. So unless you burst them down, there's not much you can do. And this list from Maxibon is super tight. So there's no room for kind of any of the Vipers. So if they get the carry all, it just makes it super hard to get all the damage through.
Yep. So we are into the game. So Maxibon at the top of your screen is bringing their Shaman, and then we got Rice Bowl bringing Paladin.
I think this is the way.
So we're in the second round, semifinals. Winner of this match will end up going up against Just Concede, who just recently defeated Super Chicken 2-1. Very close match. Kind of a race to face for Druid there. But Rice Bowl with some choices here. Not very many.
Well, I mean, I think you may even consider Hero Power's infinite value. I'll keep saying this all day, every day. A minion on the board that stays alive is infinite value. City Tax is a good, just straight away you get City Tax just to draw another card. You can Vitality Surge to just get deeper in your deck if you wanted to. A lot of options, but Hero Powers, I mean, I'm not against it.
Okay, who's got the edge in this matchup? Again,
I mean, we know the lineup doesn't have, the Shaman doesn't have Pit Viper, right?
Right.
I call it Pit Viper, whatever.
Fighter tank, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. But so with no Viper, I mean, I always kind of give that to Paladin if it can get there. The Shaman is going to be a little bit slower. It's not this kind of all-out Shaman that you normally see. And it just needs to get rid of a couple boards. It doesn't need to get rid of 2 boards early. It just needs to get kind of 1 to 2 boards mid-game, which it normally has time to get the cards for. I lean more towards the Paladin in this, but both have chances. And again, it comes down to, I think, drawing carry or not, which is why I think thinning your deck and trading to draw more cards is kind of what Rice Bowl may want to do, if that's your line, right? Mm-hmm. If that's your out. You kind of want to just make sure you get there. There's not a lot of threat on the board now, so you don't need to really worry about it. I mean, you can put down Sunfish, which is what he does. But again, holding City Tax, because you have the City Tax equality, I don't know. I mean, I'm not... It's safe. It's definitely a safe play. But right now, you don't have your win condition in your hand. And for me, I'd like to try to get that win condition.
Up with the Knight of Anointment there. Another Light Ray coming in.
You always like to see Maki roll, kind of just reset. It's good to have one in hand.
You get the song Tootsie Roll in my head. So
I mean,
Maki
that doesn't
roll.
Surprise me. No.
Maki roll.
Okay, keep it in your head.
Okay, sorry.
keep it there.
Not the Tootsie Roll, but the Maki roll. There you go. Okay. All right,
I mean, if we haven't done the trade yet, I think you just stay along the line of just hero powering again. I mean, if you've already made that commitment once, you just kind of stick with it. But doesn't even hero power?
Mm-mm.
I mean, yeah, you're afraid of it, but does the one extra stat power to a Guardian really that worth it? I don't know. We do have coin into Leviathan as an option. You want to activate these light raise, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I want to get them lower.
Get them lower by Leviathan. Let's see how many cards you got at 8. Okay.
Draw first. Come on, draw first. Yep. And this one there is a thought process not doing it this way because you want to keep the shield on top of your, the larger minion. But I think just playing correctly may have more value here.
Mm-hmm.
But there is something to say that you keep the divine shield on your 4/5, so you can't just make the easy trade into it, right?
The easy bump. So the 5/3 takes care of the 4/5. Possibly. Can't see it going face right now.
Yeah, I mean this one is not so much a face race; it's controlling the Lord. Oh, it does drop the Guardian. I mean,
Righteous Defense.
That's a card, but the problem is you want to kind of clear out your minions first. Unless you had the other Righteous Defense in hand, that way you can get it on the charge. But right now, to me, I would Flash of Light to draw possibly. To lower your light rays down, that puts them at 4, so that's 2, 4, 6. So then you can drop both light rays and clear out your hand of all but 2 minions at that point. And maybe you get the 1-drop minion so you can clear your hand out then, and then you can start doing your stuff. So yeah, we do see the Flash of Light.
So heal this 5/5 back up to 5. That's good.
You always BM heal if you can. And here, I mean, I think you just drop both light rays and float the mana.
See what Race Pool decides to do. 1 light ray. 2.
2 light rays.
Well, to play. That's good. Okay, so 5/5's got to deal with Snowfall coming down. Possibly. Done. I saw him hovering Brukan while Rice Pool was making a play.
Yeah, I mean, the thought here is like you can start training out your Snowfall Guardians into Macaws, but if you don't play the Brukan now, then you're kind of locked out of playing it until you play the, through past the Macaw. So it's just better to do this now. So it's not trapped in your hand. This you buff your Cariel, which is good. It does put another minion in your hand, but that's fine. And it's thinning out your deck to get to Big Mama Cariel.
Really, it's not too heavy.
Not a bad one to. 4/2. 5/3.
No, he's just going to keep it alive.
Speed bump heal token.
I mean, the question there is you're going to lose now 2 minions to the hero power, right? So was it as efficient to do that? You may have thought about just trading off the 4/2 and going 5 to the face and keeping that minion on board. But now we sit here and unless he wants to heal Holy Mockery, which just seems to be not efficient at all. And you can only do it twice and you're running out of time. And
yeah.
And holding that city tax from the beginning, right? We haven't seen the board come down that's needed, and now the city tax is just extra, right? So we can trade that away now because we have the Wild Pyromancer and the Equality. So you have the 1 clear. And you really need to start drawing your hero now. Yeah. All this is fine. You're not in any danger. Second Wild Pyromancer. Yep. See, now we see the trade.
So what's Rice doing here? What's he thinking of? Eventually?
I mean, setting up some sort of board, not overcommitting, and then really, like, the problem is he has nothing to really generate any card draw, and nothing's getting better in his hand, right? So typically at this point in the game, you want to be at a spot where your hand's getting better and you're thinning out your deck. And he doesn't have the hero power making his hand better, and he doesn't have any cards that you can get rid of. So outside the Starfish, which I think you put down and you hero power, so I wouldn't see Starfish, hero power, pass is kind of my thought process. Yep, that's what we see. I mean, you don't want to overcommit to anything. Unfortunately, you just don't have anything you can actively want to use in your hand.
Right.
No, if we see a Snowfall Guardian, now we see a target for the Righteous Defender. So let's see. It's a 7/6, 10 from the Grace Guardians. That's 17 damage, right? So if Maxibon leaves a minion up on board, there is lethal potential here. Okay, so we have Battle Vicar. I mean, this is a board that you're going to want, because you have nothing else, you're going to want to remove. So at some point, you're going to Wild Pyromancer, either quality or Maki roll it, right?
Yeah.
To clear it out. If you want to do that, you want to do Battle Vicar second, because you want to keep minions on the board.
Tough.
So here, I think you just dump the basic Wild Pyromancer into the quality. You Battle Vicar, you get your card and see what it is. If it's something you can cycle or draw, you do that. If not, you're going to hero power, right? I think that's kind of where you want to go with this. Even casting the Holy Spell just to drop your shields down to get them into usable range for a kill turn, with possibly using your Garden's Grace with the minion on board, doubling them up, and then Righteous Defending your own guy to tag Mr. Smite for additional lethal, right?
Right. Yeah.
Like that's the game plan here. You can take this damage.
Yeah.
So he's just gonna Samuro. I mean, the problem here is now you have two Wild Pyromancers and only one way to activate them.
Maelstrom Portal brings out
2/1. Yeah, it's all good. And smart by Maxibon, making sure the board stays clear.
Pyromancer and City Tax.
I mean, I think it's not efficient to City Tax Pyromancer, right? Because that just gets rid of 2. Because it reduces by 1, does 1 damage, so you're still leaving 3 minions on board.
Mm-hmm.
And these minions aren't big enough to where you want to waste a Righteous Defender on. So to me, it's Battle Vicar, or you trade your City Tax first, right, to see what else you get. Probably the safer play is the Battle Vicar first, but knowing you're going to lose it. So we do see that. So Batterman, good.
Batterman out there or no?
This board isn't super threatening yet, so I wouldn't even say this is the turn. You kind of want to, let them do the damage and then heal off the Maki roll turn when you kill them with Pyromancer. So Bannerman and then double Vicar here, hero power. Let's just fill the board. Make them make the decision to trade or freeze it up or something if you want to. But he's just going to pass. Look like it's... I don't know. Because the problem is that you haven't activated Garden's Grace yet, which you'll do when you do the the Holy Maki roll turn. But you're not giving your opponent a reason to commit to the board. And when you don't give them a reason to commit to the board, they're going to slow roll it.
So,
I mean, 6 cards, 1 out of 6. I mean, the hero is coming, right? Like,
yeah.
It's not like Now we just see a clear here. And again, we can easily do the Pyromancer, Holy Mockery roll here, activate your Garden's Grace, get you back up to a full life, and save the equality for the other Wild Pyromancer for perhaps some large minions that come down later on, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you're going down that play, you'd rather go now, and then possibly Battle Vicar afterwards. Because who knows, you can get more Garden's Grace, right? You can get there's a lot of things you can do, but you need to get the information first.
Just trying to count how much damage is on the board right now. I think it's 20. Is it close? 4 and
4.
No, it's not 20. What am I doing?
I mean,
close. 18.
It's a Canadian 20. I agree for sure. I mean, this is interesting where he didn't commit the Pyromancer till now.
3 rolls in there.
Hopefully he gets there. Did he get there? Okay, good. Okay. I think it's fine.
There's the click.
Again, keeping the board clear.
Didn't use the hero. Oh, you already used the hero power there for.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't see that. Was focused on what he was playing instead. So.
I mean, I think you at least have to commit one of these Battle Vicars at some point.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you have no card draw, right? I mean, this is not a lethal setup yet because only 18.
Yeah, how many does he get in his left? 4, and to Maxibon's 9. Righteous Defense or Equality again? Even Holy Mackerel.
Well, you already have one. You don't want to have too many. You're not in any really super danger.
Oh,
and you're going to draw your hero at some point, right? Like, So Righteous Defender seems to be the play, so that way you can double hit it. I mean, the safe option is, the Mockery roll to kind of reset your health. Equality, but you already have an Equality to activate off Wild Pyromancer. You don't have another Wild Pyromancer, so Equality is kind of meh. You have another City Tax you can use, but seems suboptimal. But Righteous Defender is a single target removal and buffs your hand. This is
interesting. Yeah.
Ambitious. I mean, it's a play. Yeah, he should get this in. Yeah. I mean, it makes him have it in hand, but he's just locked out from here on out, right? That's the danger. Is we haven't seen the second full, the Guardian. We haven't seen any Macaws. I mean, I guess he was concerned about Mutanus, but he had cards in hand. There's only a 33% chance.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
Carry to slow it, but.
But is he thinking that just attacking his face that many times is going to get there? And it's very well possible. That's why he's got to get through all these freezes now.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not close.
He's got the Macaw back in, so.
But if he can survive the Caverns turns and then just start hitting Fae, well, the problem is the hero power from Brukan is just going to heal him for 6, 1 every 4 turns on average, right? Yep.
Another freeze.
And he can't Wild Pyromancer Equality because Brukon's hero power kills his smite.
Mm-hmm.
He can clear with Mockery roll. Possibly. Actually, I mean, just Righteous Defender. Yeah, I mean, you can Wild Pyromancer, Righteous Defender, the 10/10, and then Maki roll the rest, right?
Yep.
And it clears the board and keeps your guys on there and puts threats out and removes the freeze and makes him have to have the second Macaw, which we know he has, but Rice Bowl doesn't.
No. Caster vision is everything, but keeping track of the cards of the other player, it should be. Yeah. So this is what was discussed.
He's going to go flash a light to draw. That's just fine.
The attacks.
He does cast it. Yeah, that's fine. All this is fine. I mean, it's the same concept as Maki rolling or whatever. I mean, it does clear out some more stuff, draw stuff in his hand, but.
Some mutinous coming up, or no?
No, I mean, I think you do this to guarantee, because you want to make sure you freeze the board, right? And then you Mutanus afterwards. Because Smite's on the board already. What are you really afraid of?
Yeah.
The only thing that's Righteous Defender. That's it.
Oh,
right?
Gosh. Okay. No other minions in hand? What else does Rice Bowl have left? Spell? The attack spell, I think, maybe?
I definitely think there's value in hero power in here. Just to clear out the equality chance. Yeah, and that's it.
That is it. Quality, the attacks. Quality.
But there's nothing else.
Yeah, quality will kill your smite. So.
I mean, the goal here, but the good thing is that we're now out of cavern range, right?
Yeah.
So if we can attack 5 times and he low rolls on Brukan and does not, he gets taunts. So you have to make him get the taunt in. I'm trying to find the outs here. I think the only out is, so we know taunts are coming next turn, is you have to hold off on the quality city tax this turn. I know it sounds strange, but you have to commit the double taunt, and then he has to get 6 damage or 2 damage to creatures on board.
You just go face here. Yep.
Yeah, I think you go face, and you hit your hero power just to fake them out.
Free timeout.
Yeah, or you give him. Yeah, go face. You're good.
Oh.
This is the play. This is the correct line. This is how you do it. This is how we win. Okay. I mean, you can't ignore the 1813 on board. We know that.
Yeah, you can.
Yes. Technically, you can ignore the 1813.
Hey, what's that? How did that get there? You freeze it with the 3/4.
But you want to freeze your opponent. You really don't care about freezing the guy. You care about freezing the opponent because you'll just trade in, right?
Yeah.
You want to keep the freeze for your opponent's weapon. That's your only way you're going to lose, is to get hit in the face. And now we don't see taunts, which is good. Okay. Oh, okay. This is a good hero power. So now you have to remove everything. Yeah, you have to remove everything. We knew that. So the game plan here is equality, city tax, and then your hero power, and you say go. And you have to hit them 7 times without them getting taunts or heals on their hero power.
All are equal under the light.
It's an out. This is the out.
5 cards left for Maxibon.
Oh, the out's gone.
Yeah.
We're out of it.
Wild Pile Caverns. And there it is.
There it is. Okay, I mean, credit to Rice Bowl. I mean, there was a small chance. I mean, there's micro chances here, but it was a chance.
All right. Well, Maxibon with the first win means they can bring their rogue their Bomb Rogue, which was moved very quick last time. What?
You just stick with Pally. You stay with Pally here. I mean, knowing it's Bomb Rogue, like, you don't let them burst you down from, you know, I think the most they can do in a turn is 24. I think it's 24. So as long as you have taunts in the way, I mean, that's super important, is getting taunts in the way, and then obviously Cariel is game ending almost. You're really not worried about early threats. Again, they don't have much. I mean, a Shambler is not going to do anything. It's just about getting the graveyards down. This is a good hand. You want to see this hand. This is definitely the hand you want to see when you're going against Paladin. But we do see Cariel, but we don't. It's not on coin, so it's going to be on a hard 8. So that nerf does come into play here. Maki roll is an insta pick for me. Like,
insta pick. Less goods, no good.
It's yeah. Trade this away.
Yep.
I mean, this is, yeah. I mean, there's a thought here that you would drop Wire Pyromancer and just go face, because the fact is, like, you're not worried about clearing big boards, and they're not, and you know Chandler's being played, so nothing's sticking. Like, the mine's just not going to stay there. So you just want to put stuff on the board that's going to trade. You don't necessarily need to keep it in hand, just putting pressure early. The 1 damage is not worth the flash of light yet. You want to get full value out of your heals. So for me, I mean, I definitely would consider a Wild Pyromancer and then go face and then pass, right? Like, there's,
yeah,
you want to get maximum value. The other option here is just hero powering, but again, you're not clearing the board with Pyromancer. You might as well just play it as a tempo play.
I like that. Well, okay, they see it another way. So, trade.
I mean, it does clear. The problem is the Shambler has already done its job, right? You're not really too worried about it.
Yeah, it's an after the fact kind of deal, right? So
yeah, it's already been there. So again, here, put the most value on the board: Wild Pyromancer, and then Hero Power. You just put minions on the board and just start putting pressure down. And then for Maxibon, he's already got, I mean, he definitely wants to see the weapon at this point, because that's going to kind of push the damage over the top. He's got double graveyards, and he's got prep, so he can prep. What he doesn't want to see here is this next draw be another mine, because he's missing out on extra damage. So I would definitely push sketchy information without risking dropping them, because if he draws a mine, he's just losing out on damage. And this is how the deck can backfire on you. It's not likely, but it does happen. Yep, see this here? Righteous Defender is going to get no value basically anywhere.
No.
I mean, the only value you get is on your own big minions, in essence, right? So you want to get light where you're down, push damage, and then hopefully get Righteous Defender on like a smite. But again, a lot of resources just on clearing these 1/1s. Keeping above 24 is important, but again, you're giving the deck time, which isn't exactly what you want to do.
Quick play here. Double mine.
Snowfall. Yeah. He's just pushing all this damage to face. He's got both of them in hand. And he's just going to push it now with a backstab.
Oh, it's over. Wow.
And
turn 5.
Oh, yep. Yep. Because Hero Power and then got the tooth.
Wow. Well, congrats to Maxibon for getting into the finals.
I always underestimate that deck. I don't know.
I never see that. That's just been like, holy cow, that just destroyed.
Well, it can't get there. I mean, he got the graveyard, which is very important, and he got an activation off the sketchy, right? Because those are kind of the two things you really want to make sure you have.
Yeah.
And then with the Shambler, I mean, he had the backstep, so he didn't have to worry about wasting one of the Shamblers. So he cast both Shamblers, made a free mine, because you want to make sure your mines die right away. So typically you want to wait for some sort of activator for your mines. And so wasn't punished there, and then just top deck because if he didn't top deck the other direct damage, then he had Maki roll coming in, and then he had a bunch of things kind of make him in safe range, and then Cariel coming down like 2 turns later. So, but Mind Rogue did it.
Mind Rogue did it. So here's your final, folks. We got Maxibon 1, 2, 3, 4 going up against Just Concede. Just Concede's going to be at the bottom of the screen when they start going. Maxibon is just keep their position, so it's easy for me as a streamer not move anything. Being lazy.
And you have all the power.
Right now I do, yep. I can end stream right now. Oh my god. That'd be awesome.
No.
Here's the finals. Let me cancel it.
Keep him in suspense.
That's right. So, congrats to Rice Bowl for getting into the semifinals along with Super Chicken. Congrats to you both. Yeah, we're up against Just Concede with their Druid, Demon Hunter, and Paladin matchup versus Priest, Shaman, and Rogue. So both players get like the Druid is super fast, probably equally as fast as the Rogue, in my opinion, just based on what I've seen tonight and how it was played. And
yeah, we haven't seen a slow draw from the Mind the Mind Rogue yet, right? So there are times that it just doesn't draw, the cards up front, and it has to kind of go for the slower route. So I mean, it definitely gives chances for Druid. I don't think you want to go up against the Demon Hunter. If you're Just Concede, are you worried about Board Priest? Is the question.
Well, you did have a chance to see what Maxibon did on certain situations, waiting for the winner to kind of do their thing. So I think he does ban Priest in this sense. So, what does Maxibon ban? They know how to handle Priest with Shaman, obviously with that last matchup. Same Paladin. But they probably still ban Demon Hunter, right?
Yeah, I think you ban Demon Hunter. It just runs underneath you.
Yep.
I mean, it outruns your mine. I mean, you have chances, but it definitely puts pressure on you to having the optimal draws.
Yep.
It can run underneath Shaman. Shaman. I mean, the thing is, like, the Shaman can beat Paladin because we saw it, but like, it's not. I think we saw some not impatient, but just maybe some frustrated play to try to just slam the damage in, right, with a smite. And if he had kept it in his hand longer, right, it kind of gave him potential outs, maybe.
Yeah.
Right, we don't know. We don't know how it goes, right? I mean, it may have been through practice and through play he knew that was the best way, but.
Rice Bowl's a very patient player, so I think it's just, I don't think it was frustration or anything. I think it was just, he felt maybe he just had to go, and that was it. So,
which is, the thing about Hearthstone that I've learned through the couple years I've been playing is, there are several lines, right? And there's always a mathematically correct way to play, but the funny thing is you don't know it until after the fact, right? It's the whole, if you're math fans out there, P does not equal MP kind of situation where if you know all the facts afterwards, it doesn't mean you can predict the outcome based on knowing information at the time, right? So you can take different lines based on what your hand is, and as long as you commit to those lines, right? So as long as you make a commitment to this out as Firebat used to call it, then you tend to win more than you lose, right? Because like having a game plan going in and then having a game plan once the game starts, as long as you commit to a certain play style, that tends to be a deciding factor, right?
Mhm.
Like it makes your decisions a lot easier. A lot of people get into trouble when they try to switch or they go back and forth, or right, like if you're not playing to your outs, if you're not playing to your win condition, that's where I think you can get in trouble. So I mean, he could have been absolutely playing to his win condition. What he thought was, I have to get in now before he starts dropping all the freezes, and now I see all these taunts coming up every 4 turns, basically, right?
Yep.
So it definitely makes sense that like if he didn't think he had ways to get through it, that he had to get it in now, and he just had to play for it. So
yep. So we do have the bans in. Thanks for clarifying and sharing your opinion. The game's in match right now. So we have Maxipon's Priest band and the DH band for Just Concede. So Just Concede is going to be first to spectate, or at the bottom of your screen, with Maxipon at the top of your screen.
Wait, you don't want to hear me talk more? I mean, come on. This is
you are going to talk more because you get to discuss.
You're not here for the matches. Come on, you're here to me on a soapbox.
You're here for Udamura and his insight on Hearthstone in general. Obviously, a Firebat fan. That's good.
I have stories. Well, I live in the same town as Firebat. We just get hang out all the time. Yeah. All right. So we saw. Yeah, it's not the fastest start from Just Concede, right? I mean, they see some slow things in hand. Just gonna put some minions out, which is great, but not the speed he was looking for. We see the Swarmers early. That's going to be an easy clear of the board. Well, not clear of the board, but pressure on the board to keep it clean.
That is pretty clean. Piranhas versus turtles. Who'd have thunk?
I mean, the best archetypes. We see the kennels come down, more creatures. We definitely see the Clownfish is just super value. Amalgam, more minions, more stats on board.
Oh, Dorman Poisonous would be good, I think.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way to buff it. So like, he does pick up. I was gonna say there's a line where I think you put more minions on, just for more stats and just more trading opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
You're really not worried about the big thing right now, but we do see a Matriarch in hand, and that could be something. But I think we want to wait for the Oracle before we play the Matreon. I mean, the two. And if you're not playing Oracle here, then your Moonlight Guidance this turn. So if you're Moonlight Guidance, you do that first. Or ultimately, you play Druid of the Reef, and you're going to Hero Power coming out the 2/1. Druid of the Reef 3/1 into the 2/3. But again, you don't want to trade, you want to go face. So yeah, Oracle.
Adept?
I think you...
or So. No, So's
not there yet. I mean, you're not... I think you want to get more minions on the board, so the question is... Adept to just minions and power, or versus kennels that's going to run out, I think, next turn. I think both are solid. This does allow you to clear pretty easily. Now here you just go face.
Yep.
Yeah. Make him trade. Chain Lightning is not what you want to see from Just Concede side. Definitely good clear for Maxibon.
Gonna get the here's the Oracle.
Yeah. You want to make sure it stays on the far left.
Kind of keep clear of that
predictable
chain lightning. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be there, but you don't want it to be easy in the chip and stuff. So you want to kind of get your taunts on the opposite side of the Oracle, opposite side of the board.
Opting for...
Nope, just puts it right in the middle. Okay. I mean, you got the... Okay, let's see where the Matriarchs go, though. So you got I think double trading into the 3/4 is fine. 2/3 into the 2/1 if you want to, or just face.
Does it go inside? Nope. Outside. Okay.
Nope. All right. I mean, ultimately it does. Yeah. I mean, I think it's okay. I mean, there's definitely, I think, a more optimal way to place it, but I think it's okay either way. But decides to trade. Well, he had to trade one for sure,
Yeah.
but
Or else it would have been a waste of the cub.
for a spell, right? Yep. Because you don't want Righteous Fury. But then that's just 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22. Oh man. No. If he runs, he has to kill off the 2/2, and if he plays Adept, it's lethal. Right?
Yep.
Yes.
See if Just Concede sees it. If that makes sense. 2/2 into the 3/4 or even the 2/6 or whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, you just have to kill off your 2/2, and then. What? Well, he's going to test it first, and that's fine because you don't want to. So yeah, he sees it. Easy.
Yeah. Druid wins match. So,
well played by Just Concede. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to try that deck.
It is. I think it's a Saku deck. I think it's a Saku. That is your play style.
Yeah. Oh, look, I can go face on this turn. Perfect. I can go face again on this turn. Kodomora comes in, turn 5. I'm dead. All right, next up, we'll see what Maxibon brings to the plate versus the Paladin. Same Shaman as we expected. Just Concede up 1-0 in the finals.
And I still like my chances as Paladin here. I mean, double equality is not what you want to see in your opening hand. I think. Sunfish is great, but I want to see Cariol in my hand.
Cariol.
Even to the point I may full send this because it keeps on for sure, but I think
got the double. Just keep swimming. Trade. Shaman got nothing to go, so pass again.
Oh, there's nothing.
Or the Bolner down. Come on.
Well, I mean, there is a line here, but he doesn't have a 2-drop in hand, though, right?
No, I know.
The thing is like, as much as it doesn't sound like a great play, there are thoughts to it.
I've seen it where there was a play afterwards, but at that exact moment you're going, huh? What? Oh my goodness. Not the card you're looking for, but...
I mean, does he either coins out Clownfish or he plays Bolner. Doesn't get punished right away, but it is a line. It's not a good line, but it is a line. All right, so we're just going to play it safe.
We're building a poker hand, so we'll get 2 pair. Had 2 pair, sorry.
When chill, freeze. Sends the deck. I mean, you definitely want to see this from Maxibon's side.
Yeah. So if we have time tonight, we'll interview the winner there for a couple minutes. Anybody? Whoever it will be, Maxibon or Just Concede. Oh, there's Cariol. I want to thank again. Thanks our viewers for stopping by to check out our Challenger Series finals. Thanks to all the players that participated in it and might be back up next season. But an eyeball on the THL website and or the Discord. Those 5/4s.
It's solid, good pressure, but again, like it's not super threatening, right? Like
you're looking at 14 and saying it's not super threatening. That'd be pretty.
No, I mean, like,
yeah.
as strange as it sounds, it's not, because you can just reset here. I mean, you have double reset in hand. I mean, this is. I think you're definitely in a safe space. I mean, are you safe enough to take this damage? I mean, that's the question. I don't think so. I think you're no reason to be greedy. You can go ahead and just clear this out and then hero power afterwards. I think it's safe. It's sound. Yep.
Just like that, you mapped it out.
I get it right sometimes. No good target for Frostbite. Just go ahead and clear out the 1/1. I mean, it's not optimal, but it's really not. I mean, we're not talking about optimal plays at this point. You just want to keep the board clear. This is a good, easy. I mean, there's lines here both ways, right? You can play the heavy light ray because you don't need to discount it to play it later. You can just play it now. You can also carry, but you're not really. I mean, yeah, the reduction on the Grace is okay, but you're hoping to mock your roll later on. It's not hitting any other cards, and you're just kind of throwing a 4/3 out there where you'd rather keep it to be reactive, right?
Yep.
So for me, I definitely am leaning more towards a light ray. Just put it out there, even though it's not discounted. It doesn't have to be. You can just go ahead and play it out there. But they're choosing to just get the discounts on equality. It's a 4/3. It's not losing its Divine Shield, but, I mean, we find out that it is, and it makes the next spell more expensive. But it's a 2-for-1, right?
Old 2-for-1s.
Our hardships
For BOGOs.
strengthen our resilience.
I think that if I didn't know what a BOGO was, I'd swear that's a Canadian slang.
Buy one, get one.
I know, yeah.
Buy one, get one.
the only way Saku shops.
All right.
Double clown, double discounts. I mean, you're worried about Mutanus here, but you know, on the other side, I mean, I definitely want to get this light ray down at this point.
Oof. Yeah, light ray down would be a good idea.
I think you can battle Vicar safely. Just to see what it's.
Buff. Smash the Vicar. Reckoning? Maybe? That's played right now, or is it played later?
The Reckoning after. Well, it has to deal the damage, right? So yeah. And then you can play it now with the increased cost and just eat up the cost, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to cost 3. So might as well get the inefficiency out of the way. I mean, I was going to say, I mean, I like the Sermon better just because it just makes everything bigger. But the problem is you're still sitting on the spell tax, in essence.
Mm-hmm.
So the other way was just a way to clear out the spell tax easily.
Anybody?
Bioluminescence?
Yeah, but there's no really direct damage, though, right? What direct damage do they have? I mean, Frostbite. I guess they have 1 Frostbite, so it is worthwhile. They haven't used it.
Garden's Grace is not getting discounted any farther than.
Ooh, they don't have Frostbite, so it's just for the title, like for the clears. Interesting. They have Chain Lightnings, and then they have Tidal Surges. I mean, I guess you can offer the other school teacher. No, that was the second school teacher. Anyway. I mean, this is not scary enough to where you feel you need to hard clear this. and neither is it large enough to actually consider a Righteous Defender on, right? So if all those are true, then I think you Invigorating Sermon and your Hero Power. Unfortunately, you're going to lose your Wild Pyromancer. So
Running out of time.
I think that's okay. And he's just going to push this out there. Hopefully he doesn't Righteous Defender this, which he... Good. Okay.
Okay.
Because even if it freezes, that's fine because it's on the board. So if he draws top deck Smite, he has lethal.
What was that one? Death Scale.
Yep. And this is okay. I mean, it's not great, but it's okay.
Did he get Smite this turn? Oh my god.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it makes Smite lethal. So now you can also take Righteous Defender, guarantee the hit on Leviathan, or you can just Hero Power on Leviathan. I like the Righteous Defender on the Leviathan because it makes the second Righteous Defender viable with Leviathan on board.
Yep.
It makes them have to deal with it. We do see 2 more turns of freezes at least, but that's it. Caster Vision.
Caster Vision, best vision. So, the same.
I still think the play is you definitely. I mean, there's no reason at this point looking at the board state and just where you're at to just make big minions because they can freeze them, but they're not removing them. Yeah.
So what are you removing? The 9/9?
Yeah, definitely move the 9/9. I mean, now Bannerman draws you a card and draws you minion,
Yep.
Right?
So
that's what I'm thinking. Light Ray isn't taunt, but the board's getting frozen. I think Bannerman's the pick. And he chose City Tax? Oh, for the equality.
Yeah.
It makes sense. I mean, but yeah, it makes sense. I can see it. I mean, I like Bannerman to give you more cards in hand, right? I guess City Tax can always... I mean, it's 12/12. It's only doing 6 damage to you, right? Like you're not worried about it. That's the thing is like you know they have no way to remove your weapon, so it's how much damage is coming through.
Yep. You just poke 2 now and then.
So I'd even draw the card and then go 2-phase. But like I mean, if you're going to draw first, right? So City Tax and then Anointment. And then I don't see any reason not to, even to the point Vitality Surge. Like, just go ahead and do it. Just you need to get through your deck. You need to find Smite.
May the light grant you peace.
Holy Mackerel is perfect. I mean, it just guarantees you more turns to do whatever you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, I think you can get rid of City Tax because there's nothing else that's going to hit the board that you're really going to be worried about. Because even if they get big minions, they have to put down stuff to deal with your big minions.
We got 11 damage on board that can go to face, but I don't think.
Nope.
Making some space on the board. Start looking at that 3 into the 15 because that 12.
I think they're just calculating how much room they need to have to put Bolnir and then play the other cards, right?
Yeah.
And I think they have enough. So put Bolnir.
Freeze.
Yep. Oh, instant. This is an instant quality. I mean,
Oh,
yeah, those were nice to have, but this is still lethal if he draws. I know it's tempting to use Samuro here, but do not. Equality.
Samuro.
Because Samuro could just be a lethal on the board afterwards, right? So like you want equality, city tax, hero power, and even slimming down Samuro just to have it on the board, right? Like you don't. Okay, good. I like this.
Yep.
There wasn't enough mana to do all of it, but yeah, just hero power, make Samuro bigger.
No.
Two? I mean, like two, like, is there.
You
I'm
play
just throwing anything in my
Samurai-
head.
Play Samurai right now, just hoping to get. Okay.
No. I mean, like, it's viable for both, right? Like, yes, this will clear out whatever they play. This is great. It clears out the cavern, so. I was just wondering if it was faster. Actually, it was, because if you had played Samurai last turn, this was lethal because he has Guardian Grace. Yeah. Anyway.
Guardian Grace.
With every step, the light guides.
Ooh, 4/4.
I like those.
Give your go for the invigorating sermon again. Nope. Blessing of Kings.
No, yeah, I think Blessing of King's fine. I mean, it's more damage from hand. I mean, it gives him the option if he wanted to put Samuro down now, clear the board, leave a 6/8 up. Right, we know the chain of freezing has ended.
Yeah.
And it gives him another target for Guardian's Grace, Blessing of Kings next time, just by having Samuro on the board. And Samuro is big enough to be lethal himself, so 2 lethal outs, still Smite in the deck. I think it's okay to play Samuro here. But he chooses just to make it really big. And go face.
Rakan doesn't save him.
No, because Samuro can then clear out the taunts, so that we do have that.
Yep. Taunts are coming. 6 health.
6 plus 2, and then he has his hero, so he's getting
So he's
4
dead.
plus 6.
Yep. Dead anyway. Okay.
18.
Lethal coming
What?
back next way.
Is it though? Hold on.
10.
He's at 19 now.
19. Yes.
Oh, now it is. Now it is.
Even if you ping
So-
Samuro. Yeah. So
you swing in Samuro, and then you Righteous Defender no, you swing in. Hold on.
you don't.
No. It's not lethal, right?
Almost lethal.
5. Yeah.
And that's it. Okay.
Yeah. 10, 9, yeah.
So we have
It
our
was
winner tonight.
2 off lethal.
It was almost lethal. If he didn't heal
Yeah,
it
it's
with
2 off
that
lethal.
armor, like
Yeah.
with that, God, can't remember the card's name. Pretty bad with that. That enabled that weapon that was a 2/3 heal.
Cookie?
Cookie, yeah. So
Cookie.
Cookie,
Cookie the cook. Come on.
Cookie Monster.
Awesome.
So, congrats to Just Concede there for the win. Congrats to Maxi Bond for getting to the finals as well.
Absolutely. I mean, well played by all. I mean, and the thing is, like, there's so many decisions to be made and so many lines, and we saw people just commit to certain lines and get there. And that's what I love about Hearthstone is that no matter what the stats say, everyone has a chance. I mean, there's always a chance.
Always a chance. So, I want to thank Mako for getting this organized and on a subway or doing some kind of traveling in New York City. Hopefully, you're having fun there. Probably having a team meeting with our hat or something to that effect. You know, board meetings, doing board things. So. But yeah, hopefully he's enjoying his time, being safe. So we're just waiting for Maxibon, or not Maxibon, just Concede to get their mic up and running. So,
what do you take away from today's gameplay? What deck stood out to you as the surprise?
The key one was the Druid is actually how fast Druid can go. That was a eye opener for me. It didn't matter. Well, you only went against what? I don't remember which decks you went against. Can't remember offhand. Paladin, I think it was. Shaman. But then Maxibon's Rogue was really super fast at turn 5, kind of shenanigans, doing 400 million damage. That's usually pretty good. So
yeah, the Mine Rogue, I think it's not a surprise. Right? I mean, it's something that I've seen played, and I've played myself, and it's always good to see it just work out. And the one thing about this version, it didn't have any kind of wild nulls in it. It didn't play kind of your staple road cards. It was strictly a mine or die kind of playlist, which I actually like. I like this list where it's just I do this one thing, and if I don't get this one thing, then it's not going to be a fun day for me. But even with the backstabs, I mean, I think it's definitely ultra aggressive and has one thing in mind, and it worked out. We saw it play. It's unstoppable in the sense of how much damage it can do, and the burst potential of it, and it gives you the outs of the top decks, right?
Exactly. So yeah, when we meet in the playoffs here, Kodamora, that's what we'll hook up with: Druid and Rogue default, and then 2 other decks of our choice after that.
I'd love for you to get through your. Oh, you have to play a week. You have to play this week.
You're on a bye, you lucky thing.
Yes, we got lucky. Yeah. The funny thing is I as much as it's a good thing, I do see when you don't play for a week, right? Like, and let's be totally honest. I mean, we've had matches the last couple of weeks, but we had gathered so many points in the beginning that. While we took them seriously, we also knew we had point leads, right? Yeah. And so we weren't hyper focused on trying to make playoffs like some teams were. So the extra attention to detail and practice, I think, is definitely beneficial. And we definitely practiced and are focused now, especially going in the off week. But there's some merit to stepping away from competitive play for a week after a long season, and what. It could be good or bad. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. I definitely like our chances. Our team is pretty stacked. I'm not gonna lie. I got lucky. I definitely got lucky.
Well, you got Corden on the team, so you got to deal with him. But
I mean, it can't be perfect, right?
He's a 20-minute drive away from me, so we're good buds. So.
Oh well, I mean,
he throws shade. We all make mistakes. Shade,
Yeah, we all make mistakes. That's okay. I won't judge you for your friends. I mean, not too hard.
At least it's not Brushy, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Brushy Tuna is just he's on his own other level. So we're just waiting for Just Concede to kind of kick in here. Maybe I'll just send the invite.
Do you know who else I'm super happy for making the playoffs?
Who's that?
Isocles. My man brought me into. Isocles brought me into this league. He's the reason why I'm in this league, and being on Chaos Theory and being literally one game away from playoffs, several seasons in a row, and good to see him there.
And a scholar. Yep,
he is indeed.
All right, Just Concede just chimed in now, so we'll get him in with his ogre. What's up? Just Concede. Congrats on the Challenger Series win.
Thank you. And can you hear me okay?
Certainly can.
All right.
So, kind of give us your thoughts on your matches. I mean, in total, I mean, was it the lineups? Did everything kind of play out like you thought it was? Were there any surprises?
Yeah, I mean, I thought I played well enough for the most part. I think something interesting was that so you probably saw in the last game. Well, I guess it's still running on the stream right now. But when you guys hear this, You'll see I played very cautiously against the Shaman as Paladin. Because, like, I was scared, I don't know, Queen of Shara from the Amalgam of the Deep. Something like that.
Okay.
I would either just get there with the weapon because they have no Viper, or eventually draw Smite. And I just wanted to guarantee that I didn't die.
So, and we noticed that there were no Vipers. And playing the Paladin, I mean, so that was something that was on your mind, was the fact that there were no Vipers, and so you can play kind of ultra conservative, knowing that you basically had double the life.
Right, yeah, I figured there was no real sense of urgency because I have so much health to work with. Like, I drew the Maki roll eventually and could basically sit there forever to draw Smite, so I figured I don't need to, like, trade away the city tax, for example, because I'll draw Smite eventually, and maybe I'll need the city tax, whereas if I trade it away, then I suppose there's a possibility that I get, like, scammed from Queen of Shara.
Yeah, I mean that's always the danger, right? Like you have so much time. You're like, I have time to draw this. It's like, do I trade it away so I know I can draw it, or do I just keep it in my hand and just not move anything? Yeah, I can definitely see that. I've been there.
Yeah.
Did you have any favorite moments during the tournament itself?
I mean, certainly the most tense spot was in the third game against Super Chicken, where I basically had to find Lisa on that turn 6, or that was going to be it. So, and then I drew the aquatic form, and I still didn't hit a nature spell that dealt damage. It was a little scary, but
yeah. So tell us about the Druid itself. That was one of my decks that kind of pointed out, along with Maxibon's Rogue with the bomb Rogue itself, how fast that deck goes, and how you I guess expected to win with the Paladins and the Shamans out there for control wise.
Yeah, so I found the Druid. I found it before the Warrior nerfs, I think, and I figured it wasn't like good for ladder before then. But once Warrior got nerfed, I wanted to try it out on ladder to see if it was any good, and I was winning a lot with it. I think my ladder stats, I'm like 60 and 32, maybe 60 and 38. I don't remember, but something very positive. So, and more importantly, I was beating Big Spell Mage most of the time with it, and just, that's a new popular deck. I figured people were going to bring that, so I was attempting to build a lineup that would do well against Big Spell Mage.
And you did bump into one, or I think it was
I did, and actually it beat my Druid, which is funny. But
yeah. That's Hearthstone. I mean, that's exactly how it's supposed to go. Well played. I mean, I think we cast most of your matches, so it was definitely well played. Exciting matches. Yeah. Right. I mean, any people you want to give shout outs to for prep or practice or anything in general?
Seth, who played Super Chicken in the first round. When we were building our lineups together, you'll notice we have the same 90 cards. And he couldn't get through the Big Spell Mage, but him and I were talking out what 3 decks we wanted to bring for quite a while.
And
awesome.
You chose yours.
It worked.
He chose his, and then he got Druid.
Yeah, right. I mean, we were both trying to target Big Spell Mage, and I think neither of us ended up beating it. But
but you won, and that's all that matters. You got there.
There. So congrats to our winner for the Challenger Series this season. Just hit up Mako for the prize details. I can't remember exactly what the prizes were. I'm just going to take a quick look.
I think it's the smaller pre-order. I'll have to check.
Just tell Mako he has to pay for the $99 one, because that
right.
So at the end of the season, top 8. Yeah, so Standard Conquest in first place in the finals will receive a $50 pre-order for the next expansion. So it's pretty good. So first place is also a $10 card bundle, I think. So.
But, second gets $10 impact. Yep.
Yeah. So. That's for the first place in the tournament. Okay. So, but in the finals, that's the $50 pre-order. Okay. Cool. Awesome. Well, congrats again there, Just Concede. Thanks for joining us, and you have yourself a great night.
All right. Thank you.
Take care. Well, that pretty much wraps it up for Kodomora and myself. I know. Did you have anything to add to tonight? It's great to get to talk to Just Concede to see what their thought process was for prepping. So.
Oh, absolutely, and the confirmation on, the no weapon destruction safety net that he felt was something we definitely thought was going on, and it's good to hear that. No, it was a great event. It's always great to cast matches, and often though it may seem chaotic to do so many matches in a relatively short period of time, it's always fun. I mean, it's more situations, and we get to miscast and lethal curse and all these things. But it's definitely fun.
Overcount.
Absolutely, that's what we do.
Yeah,
that's what we do.
So, but thanks to everybody for joining us. We were happy to cast tonight. So be safe out there, and we will see you on the next show, which is going to be Wilding Out with Hypern. So everybody wave to Hypern. He's in chat right now, so wave to him. See you tomorrow night. Take care, everybody.
Bye.